November was Crypto Literacy Month, and what a month it was for crypto literacy, because all sorts of things hit the fan in November in the crypto world. So now we have a crypto literacy survey, and it reveals that there's still a big time crypto knowledge gap in the US, with 91% of respondents unable to pass a test on crypto basics. Joining us to discuss this and more is Coinme CEO and co-founder Neil Bergquist. Neil, how are you doing?
Great. Thanks for having me.
All right, so let's just go with the headline number off the bat. 91, that's a pretty bad number. That's a 9% success rate if I'm doing the math wrong. If I'm doing the math correct. I hope I'm doing the math correct. That's not great. Why so bad? Why did you game it so that the test was really hard, or is that really just the level of understanding out there in the world right now?
Well, last year 96% didn't pass, so I would say this is an improvement, and that's great to see. Almost that increase 2x in the last 12 months. I mean, this was really inspired by FINRA, which is a financial literacy quiz, and over 95% of the people can't pass that, and it's only 6 questions on basic financial literacy across the U.S. So maybe crypto literacy is higher than financial literacy.
Okay, so I should mention, first of all, that Coinme did this initiative, and supporting partners included MoneyGram and CoinDesk. So full disclosure there. You're watching CoinDesk TV. Thanks for being here. So this past year has been a really big year for crypto adoption. I think something like a third of Americans hold crypto, according to this survey. That's up significantly, and many people kind of invested in the wake of a pretty major bull market, and now obviously we're in the depths of a deep bear. Do you think that the current state of the markets will have a lasting impact on those new participants' understanding and desire to be in the crypto space going forward?
I mean, I think the understanding is increasing. I mean, just that conversation about DeFi, I think a lot of people are now understanding what DeFi is and what self-custody is as well. And those are important things to learn. And sometimes you have to go through some adversity before learning. But hopefully, like, this initiative helps people understand before they take the leap and can really set themselves up for success and have a positive experience in crypto. But like we saw in the wake of Mt. Gox, people that hold can benefit if you take a long-term perspective. So, really now more than ever, the literacy across the industry is extremely important, and we're here to lead that initiative.
Neil, thanks for joining us again this morning. I want to talk about this last month and what's been going on there. Obviously, there's a little irony that Zach was hinting at, the fact that FTX might have been, the greatest awakening for a lot of people in their crypto education journey. And that's unfortunately how it goes. It's either a bull run or the bear and liquidations down that cause people to learn what is crypto in the first place. But from your perspective, what maybe is the larger push for people to learn about crypto? Are you getting a sense that people are just walking out of the industry or not really wanting to be here anymore? It's really curious to get your take on what we've seen in the last month.
Yeah, I mean, the last month has been really unfortunate. No one disagrees with that. I can't comment on whether people are leaving the industry, but I think if you just look at Twitter, you can see definitely a negative sentiment and people feeling like they got taken advantage of, which is horrible. And a lot of regulated exchanges doing it the right way, who have been building that trust for years, are definitely upset of an actor essentially losing that very quickly. I think, though, as you all have probably said, the technology hasn't failed. The Bitcoin hasn't failed. Many companies, most of the companies in the space, have not failed. So there's definitely a lot to still be excited about. And I think that this overall environment is a great learning opportunity and a great opportunity to really understand the risks associated with digital currency, and that it is still early. And people are learning that very quickly.
When we talk about educating people about self-custody and safe transactions, we say there's a need for more accessible information. And it feels like so many companies in the space, this one included, this show is meant to give accessible information, have done that. The information is out there. What barriers do we need to break to actually have people I guess, access and take in that information, because that 91% number is still pretty big. And I think that if we were to just browse the internet for a little bit, we would find a lot of videos, a lot of content out there that explains a lot of these topics we're talking about.
I think consumer education broadly is very difficult. I mean, when you go out to eat, do you really know everything that's in the food and what the supply chain consists of? No. And, but there's a lot of groups out there trying to help promote that consumer education. In cryptocurrency, it's the same thing. Let's invest in effort and be dedicated to that as an industry as we're still growing to help promote that education. And that education helps people understand the value of digital currency, and therefore it helps people weather storms like this and make smart decisions. Do your own research, and overall that creates a healthier ecosystem and a healthier industry long term. So education actually benefits this industry. I don't think some industries or companies can say that consumer education benefits their business, but we know that digital currency and blockchain technology is a superior technology. And the more people who understand that, the more people are going to adopt it and ride the ups and the downs, which, obviously the media tends to cover the most. So that education is extremely important, and we all just need to dedicate some effort to making sure we do that.